Rob Dray, head of football, manager of Taunton Town Football Club. It's nice to be back, I'm sure.
It's nice to be back. It's nice to be back. A little bit different. It's a very short break, and they get shorter every year. But yeah, good to be back. Good to be back. Good numbers here tonight.
Yeah. What is it to do with the shorter break like every year? Does that just come because pre-season training comes sooner and sooner?
Yeah, it feels that way. But obviously, we start a little bit earlier now with it being in the National League, so it's it's been very short and sharp. But the lads have had a good break, and I think they're ready to come back. I certainly was this week.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Good stuff. What were you getting up to on sort of your off-season, as it were?
Talking to players, talking to agents, talking to other managers every single day of the week. Simple as that. Nothing's changed.
No, I suppose it was like you said on Radio Somerset a few months ago when you were in with John. Nothing really stops in your off-season.
It doesn't stop for a manager realistically, you know. And now it'll just be a bit of fine-tuning. I think we've recruited really well. Really pleased with our recruitment. We'll have one or two more coming in, and really pleased with the recruitment.
When you say you're really pleased with the recruitment, are you able to obviously? We've seen it on social media, of course, but name the players have you got?
You know, Bawley, Will Tunnicliffe, you know, Simsy. Really pleased to get him, and obviously Jarve, you know, which we sort of knew a couple of months ago, sort of thing. And then one more. We got another striker coming in, which will be announced by the end of the week. So. Really pleased, you know, we've got some good lads, and not forgetting that, you know, Chamberlain's back, you know, which is the best midfielder in the league, and Lee Lucas, who's the best midfielder in the league, who is back fit, and good to see him running around on a football pitch. So, you know, it's got a nice feel about it. Always all pleased to see each other. So yeah, it's good to be back.
Good stuff. And I suppose with it being the first pre-season, for those who aren't aware, is it just a case of meeting new faces on this pre-season, or what sort of drills do you go through, things like that?
So we'll try and increment things. I try and get our players to. I don't want to watch them running up and down in straight lines on a 3G. That's not one. They're disciplined enough and professional enough to go and do their own running. You know, that's their straight line running. They should be at a level. And to be fair, most lads these days, it's not when I was playing. You put on 3/4 of a stone, you come back and you're in all sorts of trouble, and you're just running. You know, you're just running. But most of the lads are in good nick. You know, it's just ball related stuff. Everything's ball related. Bit of disguised running. This one will be okay tonight, but it'll be, you know, a level where they can train really hard again on Wednesday. Then they'll have a couple of days off. Then they'll do a little bit themselves at the weekend. Then we're into games next week. So we've got 8 games for a reason, because everybody will miss one. So the lads will need, you know, they'll get fit. Sorry, they won't get fit to play. They'll play to get the other way around. So yeah, we like them to do that way.
Okay, and speaking of, you know, your pre-season fixtures coming up, was that a decision that was done entirely by the management squad, or was it just, you know, fixtures and teams that were available at that kind of time?
Well, there's some historical ones. You know, we're a little bit disappointed with Boston, you know, pulling out at this stage, because we thought that would be a really good fixture and give us an idea exactly where we were for a team as good as them, you know, established team, to come down and play us. So it would have been very good. It would give us a good marker. But listen, these things happen, you know. I'm sure there'll be another team, you know, but we wanted 8 games. It was important to get 8 games. We've got a few new faces to just to get inside the 2 shapes that we play and get them to understand it. So yeah, no, listen, we wanted plenty of games.
Yeah. And final question from me anyway, it's you know, feel free to answer this, feel free to not, it's totally up to you. This early, first pre-season training session, I might be a bit too ahead of myself as a fan here. Realistically, where do you think that Taunton will place?
Realistically, I want to win every single game.
Of course you do.
Again. And being brutally honest, there's going to be a huge element of unknown, but which is great. And I've just said to him in there, we'll set our stall out really early, and yeah, we'll respect the other teams who have been in there and these big batters with £1 million playing budgets. No problem with that whatsoever. But we will not fear anybody. We will not be taking a step backward. We will not be tipping our caps and bowing down to anybody. You know, so listen, we're gonna have a proper go. Yeah. We're not coming in here to make the numbers up and just be happy to finish 6th from bottom or whatever it is, or 4 down, so 5th from bottom, whatever it is. We are going to have a proper go. It's not in my nature. You know, we want to win games. You know, times we're going to have to be pragmatic. Certainly, there's no doubt about that. You know, we won't go gung ho and getting beat 5-0. Nobody wants to see that. But you know, I looked around the place and I thought, wow, yeah, we look good, like, you know. But listen, we'll know within 6 weeks, 8 weeks, when you've had 10 games, you'll know exactly where we are. But So it's great, it's exciting stuff, and for us for Taunton to be in the National League, it is brilliant. You know, it's a great achievement by everybody involved in the club, let alone the players, and now the new lads that have come in.
Good stuff. Rob, I like doing this again. Thank you very much.
Josh.
Cheers.